Here with Woodrow Wilson's Coby Dillon. Coby coming off a great performance. I kind of wanted to start there. 27 points the other night against South Charleston, and the team needed it. If somebody told you before the game that Jalen Walton would not get double figures and you guys would beat South Charleston by double digits, what would you thought would happen?
I wouldn't believe him, especially if we only had one person double digits, which I think is even crazier as well. But we played a really good game from start to finish. We rebounded the ball a whole lot better as well. That's really helped us.
You moved from point guard. We'll get to that in a second. So you're not relied on to score maybe as much as a shooting guard would, but you have the moments. It seems like you know when you're going to need it. Does something tell you might against those guys and the trees that they have, the two bigs that they have, that you might need to have a big game because they seem to they had neutralized Walton in the Jalen Walton in the first game. Did you kind of know?
Yeah, I definitely knew I'd have to step up. Their bigs are really good. They do a great job on Jalen. Their guards can play too, though. I knew if I could score some, that'd take the pressure off everybody else. Once I saw the first one go in, I just kept it rolling.
And kind of, you seem to be that kind of shooter too. If you hit the first one, it could be a big night for you.
Yeah, first one goes in, it's normally going to be a pretty daggone good night. And warm-ups went really well as well, so it's always a good sign.
You and Jalen, or I'm sorry, you and Zai came in at the same time, and you both have been starters since your freshman year. I think the incredible stat we talked about just before we started is you've never missed a start in anything. You're also up on the state championship soccer team, and never missed a start there. What is it is keeping you, a lot of guys start when they're freshmen. They don't play every game, so, through their junior year.
Yeah, every game matters to me, whether it's soccer or basketball. It could always be your last. And I feel like availability is the best ability. So, I mean, no matter what, if you can go out and play, give it your all, it might even be somebody in the crowd never seen you play before. Put on a show for them. That's what I always tell myself.
Now, I understand you were a point guard through middle school when you came up, and you moved, you were more of a shooting guard the last couple of years, moved back to point guard. How tough was it to get back in the routine of what you needed to do as a point, as opposed to what you needed to do as a shooting guard, which might be score more? Now you're facilitating more.
Yeah. Middle school, that really helped me a lot. And then freshman year, I didn't do a whole lot of ball handling, but then sophomore year, especially with Elijah out for a while, I took more a ball handling role. But it wasn't too hard of a transition just because I've been dribbling my whole life.
Do you enjoy the role of the point guard?
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed point guard, mainly just because I've played it my whole life. And I like the role of leadership and leading a team, which I think I can do that pretty well.
When did you know, and this year, you did lose Redford. You had a lot of guys. When did you guys realize, and maybe it was when you were walking off the floor last year, after the spring milk, and when did you know this would be a state tournament team and quite frankly, a highly ranked team?
Oh, yeah, I knew ever since we got here as freshmen, me, AJ, Preston, Lucas, Rainey, Zion, all five of us, I knew that freshman, sophomore year, we'd be pretty daggone good, but come junior and senior year, we'd be somebody to beat. So, I mean, I think we're playing really well right now together.
Talk about the teamwork between you and Zai. I mean, you guys you came in together, you started together, now you're maybe 3 games from the state championship. Well, you are, if you can win 3, that's what it will be.
Yeah.
Well, talk about the chemistry between you two guys.
Yeah, we work really well on the court. We always know where the other one's going to be, which, I mean, it's hard to stop us. And if he gets going, it's hard to stop. And if I get going, it's hard to stop. So if we both get going at the same time, there's not too many people that can touch us.
What do you like best about his game? If you could take one aspect of his game, what would it be?
Shoot. Probably be his jumping ability. He's pretty daggone athletic.
I think you've got some of the records for 3-point shooting here. Why? When did you know you were a good shooter? When did you know you could do this?
Back in middle school, coming back to watching Woodrow play, you see Danny Bick, you see Bryce, all them great shooters. I knew the more I kept working on my game every single day, that could be me eventually, and the more I worked, the more confident I felt.
Now, I asked you in soccer one time, how many times have you touched a basketball? How many times have you kicked a soccer ball here recently, this week?
Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot at all, yeah. During soccer season, I do a lot of hooping, but during hooping season, it's normally just hooping.
And it's cold out, and it's not really, who wants to go out in the snow and start kicking?
Yeah.
You go in the gym.
Yeah.
Do you feel good about you guys' chances this year? Do you feel like you didn't have your best game in the state tournament game last year? You feel like you want a little retribution?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because that's the stage, and you really want to do there. Do you feel like you maybe owe not the team, but maybe just yourself to show everybody
Yeah.
you can play.
That's the biggest stage in the state of West Virginia, state tournament. So you obviously will make it there. Last year, I feel like we made it there, and we were sort of content with just making it. I feel like this year, as a team, and me personally as well, now we've made it. Now we're going to go do something there.
You guys had a 2-game losing streak. Haven't lost since that time. What part of the season why did it turn right there after that loss?
Yeah, I remember after that second loss, next practice, we got everybody in the huddle, and I told them last year we would lose a game, and then next thing you know, it turned into 3 games lost. We got to stop it now before it turns into 3 games and 4 games, and that's exactly what we did.
Is it fun playing on a team that has, you guys have, I think, 176 threes, but only 150 or so made three, and I think that's maybe kind of the reason 3-point shooting teams don't go to the line. Is it fun to play on a team that's so prolific and can shoot so well? Because it kind of your game kind of.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. You see pro turn more into layups and threes. That's how we would like to play as well. The more shots you can get up, the better. And with a team like us, the way we can shoot the ball so well, it's really fun style to play with.
You think people doubted you guys going down to South Charleston a little bit, especially given that they came up the Armory and won?
Oh yeah, definitely. Which, I mean, that's understandable. They beat us the first time, but we knew that we didn't play the best, and they shot the lights out of the ball. So if we went down there and took care of business, we'd be all right.
As a point, I'll wrap it up. As a point guard, you do have to facilitate other people. When do you know, or maybe it just comes in the flow of the game, that you need to score in this game? Like you said, you were the only double-figure scorer, which for Woodrow and the way you guys played all year really is, like you said, that's maybe even a bigger thing. When is there a point you realize I'm on a roll, I need to score for the team to do well?
Yeah, definitely. So somebody's struggling, I got to obviously take over. I got a mismatch, I got to take over. But I also preached every single practice for the South Charleston game. We got to have a great start. We started out, I think, down 10-2 the first time we played South Charleston, and I think I scored the first 8 points of the game. So I made sure that we had to get a good start.
And you definitely did that.
Yes,
27,
sir.
Is that a career high?
Yeah, for here it is, yes, sir.
You had more somewhere else?
Yeah, AAU, yes, sir.
And probably goals too.
Goals up
27
there.
goals.
Yeah, something like that, yes, sir.
Hey, I always appreciate the time, Coby. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.